2009 and the beginning of 2010. And of course, everybody does their big best of video at the end of the year. So we just thought we'd like to take a moment and give you some of our big moments of 2009. So with that, it was a really super busy year for us in a lot of ways. Not only for us, but for everybody. Daniel broke his arm this year, as you guys will remember. That was a long, hard journey for him. Selena started her preschool, which is a big step for both of us. And the California Supreme Court handed down the defeat of gay marriage in California and upheld Prop 8. A lot of things happened in a very short space of time. But for all the bad things that happened, a lot of really good things happened too. And we wanted to take a moment to talk about the top 5. Okay, number 5 on our list this year were heroes, people who stepped up to the plate and used their influence for good in one way or another. On that list were politicians, lots of entertainers, and my personal favorite, the bloggers. We saw a lot of people like Governor of New York, Dave Patterson, who stood up and pushed gay marriage to a vote in his state, regardless of how the Senate drug its feet and didn't want to vote on it. And he did so at probably great personal cost to his political career. We also saw David Catania in Washington, D.C., who stood up to Catholic Charities when they threatened to remove their services from the district if gay marriage was passed. And people who worked a little bit more in the background, like Tammy Baldwin, which I know people probably have tons of opinions about Tammy Baldwin. But whenever you see something going forward on a federal level for gay rights, Tammy Baldwin will always be standing there in the background. And if the president has to give a speech about gay rights or say anything about gay rights, if he needs his arm twisted to do it, it's probably her standing behind him doing the twisting. So even though you don't see her a whole heck of a lot in the news, she's always there. Entertainers. This year we saw a lot of people come out for and against gay marriage. It seemed to be a really polarizing issue. But we saw Margaret Cho, we saw Cyndi Lauper, and surprisingly, we saw Bruce Springsteen, who I never thought would have come out for gay marriage. Also, Lady Gaga, who spoke at the National Equality March, not only came out of the closet herself, but has been everywhere talking about gay rights and gay marriage. And the big one, the one we got to meet, Wanda Sykes, who came out this year and who's been speaking out for marriage equality. And she was a really awesome person to meet. We're very glad we got to see her. Okay, number 4, the Matthew Shepard Act. Now, we've been waiting for an inclusive hate crimes bill now for more than 10 years. And I thought it was tremendously sad that it took the death of Matthew Shepard to guilt people, goad people, whatever you want to say, motivate them to push that forward. And it was even worse that it had to be tacked on to a Defense Department appropriations bill in order to get that passed. When a government won't stand up and give basic protections to its citizens because they're gay, to me is just unconscionable and really sad. So, and the fact that our gay representatives now look at that tactic of attaching things to the Defense Appropriations Bill as the only way to get things passed, to me is even worse. Which means you won't see a repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell or DOMA unless they can put it onto next year's Defense Appropriations Bill. So, I'm not holding my breath for those things, we'll just put it that way. Okay, number 3. Mexico and Argentina adopt marriage equality. Argentina, we've been up and down with over the course of the year. We have a really good friend in Argentina who's been emailing us back and forth. Actually, we have 2. We've got Swamp X, who you'll see a lot commenting here. And we've also got Anna Christina, who I'd like to send a shout out to, who's been emailing us back and forth, letting us know what's going on. Alex Frere and Jose Maria de Bello have been fighting the government in order to allow them to marry. And they got a judge to approve their marriage, only to have the government turn around and get another judge to block their ability to marry. And just this last week, I'd say it was, they were able to go to a neighboring state or province and have that governor okay it and actually do the ceremony. So, congratulations, Argentina. And next on that list was Mexico City. Who knew? That caught me completely by surprise. Usually before marriage equality comes, there's a big hubbub and a lot of legislative wrangling. Mexico City just happened. It's crazy. So congratulations to both of those. Okay, and number 2 on our list are the states in the United States who have passed marriage equality. So we've got Washington, D.C., which is a district and not a state, I realize, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Iowa.
Yeehaw!
Out of all of those places, Iowa?
Yeehaw!
Would you knock it off? But awesome, congratulations. I mean, for all the hits we took this year in the States with Nam and New Jersey and New York and Maine and California and all those places where we didn't necessarily do so well with marriage equality.
Who's getting married today?
Everybody in New Hampshire, congratulations.
Congratulations, New Hampshire. I'm really proud of you guys. Have fun. Have some great weddings.
So wedding bells are ringing out all across New Hampshire. Congratulations, everybody. So yeah, we had some big wins too, and we tend to forget about that because we're so caught up in the struggle and looking at the ones that didn't do so well. We also saw a lot of states adopt civil partnerships. Denver, Colorado, Nevada, and most notably Washington State. So baby steps. We're stepping forward little bits at a time. And one that Jay told me about that I didn't necessarily realize was that Governor Schwarzenegger signed into law a bill that would allow California to acknowledge marriages done out of state. So California now has a backdoor method to acknowledge gay marriage for all those people who didn't get in during the window when it was legal. So that's pretty awesome and makes the game a little bit more interesting.
Thank you, Arnold.
Yeah. And number 1, my personal favorite, the best thing that happened this year. Even though Prop 8 launched us into this whole activism thing, and we had no idea what we were going to get into with YouTube and blogging, we've met some really awesome people along the way and made some great friends. Too much for me to list, and even if I did list, I'd leave somebody out whose feelings would get hurt. But you guys, our viewers, our blog readers, you are our favorite part of 2009. And I don't think we could thank you enough for all the support and love that you've given us along the way. So, Happy New Year from us, and we hope 2010 is full of love and full of joy and all the blessings that life can give you. Happy New Year's.